I would put him in this bracket, comrade. I'll put him in this bracket with this gentleman here.
And we're going to bring to you that profile on Joseph Chatoyer, who died on March 14th, 1795. He was a Garifuna Carib chief who led a revolt against the British colonial government of St. Vincent in 1795. He is now considered a national hero of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chatoyer was a great leader as seen through by his methods of battle and by his following. During battle, Chatoyer did not destroy property for the sake of vandalism, as Duvalier, an old leader, had done on the windward side of the island. Instead, Chatoyer preserved it so that he could use it in the future. This action shows remarkable foresight, as Chatoyer, despite the great odds against him, was able to defeat the English twice. He was also able to mold his army into a remarkable fighting force, and the strategies he used to inflict blows on and to negotiate with the English indicate that he was a man of great character. Perhaps the most pointed indication of his leadership was what happened to his troops. When he died, most of the French soldiers immediately forsook the Carib cause and fled to Layou. The Caribs themselves were so shocked at their leader's death that they retreated to their villages. From then on, the very character of the Carib War took on an entirely different complexion. For 2 centuries, the indigenous Carib population of the island succeeded in resisting European attempts at colonization by retreating to the mountains, densely forested interior of the island. By the 1770s, however, both Britain and France had made inroads on St. Vincent, and in 1772, the native population rebelled. Led by Chatoyer, the First Carib War forced the British to sign a treaty with them. It was the first time Britain had been forced to sign an accord with an indigenous population in the Americas. In 1795, it became apparent to the local population that Britain had no intention of keeping to the treaty. This time, however, the Caribs were joined by a group of French radicals inspired by the ideals of the French Revolution. In the Second Carib War, Chatoyer divided the islands with Duval, another chieftain. Working his way along the coast, Chatoyer met up with his French supporters at Chateaubriand, and together the forces worked their way to Dorchester Hill, where they would launch their attack on Kingstown. On March 14th, a battalion of British soldiers led by General Ralph Abercrombie marched towards Dorchester Hill. That night, Chatoyer was killed by Major Alexander Leith. Though the rebellion continued until June 1796, Chatoyer's death led to the desertion of the French supporters and turned the tide of the war. Chatoyer is now considered a national hero of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A monument to him stands on Dorchester Hill, where he died.
You were there with me. Now you set me free.
yes, and that's the man himself, Sale McIntosh, one of our greats that's sitting here in our city, here right here in Toronto. He's on the low side. He's not doing his best. And for Sale, we send our greetings, we send our love, we send our prayer, and we continue. There's a lot of people in our community that we need to remember them in prayer. I learned that Winston Soso is also we should keep Winston Soso also in prayer. Ezra Clark, we would also put him in our prayer. We ask you to put a lot of people in your prayer for us as we go through, because a lot of people who are not doing well, they're not doing well at this time. And remember them in prayer. Again, I say Sale McIntosh, Ezra Clark, and I learned Winston Soso, and many, many, many more. If you know of anyone, then please add them to your prayer. We continue here in Toronto on Cancardi Radio. This is the Canadian Content Show with Jim Lois. This evening we had in studio, and still have in studio with us, Malcolm Garraway, the comrade. A lot of people would call him the man out of the Rose Hall. We can't say Valley. Rose Hall is on the hill, right? Yeah. But somehow I think I get this thing as Rose Hall as a valley, but it's not a valley as far as I know. It's above Chumuka, right? So it's had to be on a hill if it's above Chumuka. And we have him here in studio. Some people refer to him as the UPM man. I don't know if anybody remember the UPM. UPM has been gone for so long, but he's still here. And I'm going to go back to the UPM and say that they had set a trend in St. Vincent and the Grenadines that, my goodness, if they had stayed together, where would St. Vincent be today? I'm just asking the question, Jomo. Sorry. I shouldn't say that. I'm just asking the question loud. Where would St. Vincent be if the UPM had stayed together? If everyone had really do the work that they had set out to do. St. Vincent. Okay, let me move on from that. We're talking to the man himself, Mr. Evans Barkley Morgan. A name that you don't hear a lot of in the political field as running and campaigning. Oh, yeah. Oh, we had Judith Morgan. I think he's related to the husband of Judith Morgan somehow. He's in studio with us this evening, and wow. 93 years old, and he's still with us. And retired from cricket or stopped playing cricket. I don't know if he retired. He's still playing cricket in his head, I believe. Stopped playing cricket at the age of 83. Wow. Mike Finley still has some years to go, boy. You still has some Mike, you still have some years to go to beat this brother. And Zeppi, you have a lot of years to go to beat this brother. He's got 83 up, and you. And that's not runs, man. That's years. Yes? We'll continue, and I'll tell you a lot of other things. Today, there's a couple of people celebrating birthday, and I wanted to tell you about some history today. A little piece of history today. Comrade, I want you to come in here before Mr. Morgan come back. I want the comrade come in here with me for a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll bring the comrade in here because I want to just touch on something that is very important to our election coming up. And it's also important because today in history, and I pull this piece out especially because of what we're having happening. Today in history, back in 1862, that's the day when President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1862. That's when he made the promise, set the date, right? He set the date for the freedom of more than 3 million black slaves in the U.S. It was on this day, back in 1862, on this day. And today, we are hearing about blackface, brownface, the brownface, blackface thing happening here in Canada. And I'm saying to you, voters, do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. The blackface, brownface is an issue, one that we should address, one that I am glad, very, very glad that it come forward around this time. One that we should make sure that the education and the start and there's something good come out of this. We here in Canada know If you live in Canada, you know that there's problems. The issue for me, and I really want to just touch this while we go, because I know that we have a lot of other things to do, and we're going to wrap up. But I just want to touch this before we go, comrade. I know that we have the black. We knew, if you live in Canada, that there's race and there's problem. And the only reason why Prime Minister Trudeau could have done what he did so many times, even put it in a yearbook, and nobody said nothing, it's because so many other people think what he was doing was okay. Think what he was doing was okay. And because of that, comrade, I'm not going to go into it, but I'm going to encourage the people. Please do not be fooled. Do not make that keep you away from going out and vote. Do not make that keep you away from going out and vote. Do not make that change the way in which you think. Let us take this and make sure that we get something out of it. A lot of people are talking about it, but nobody's coming up with no policies. Nobody's coming up with nothing solid to say we're going forward with. Everybody is saying, some people saying he should resign, some people saying he's not fit to be prime minister, and all that kind of stuff. But he served for 5 years already, and nobody found that in the yearbook. Journalists, both black, white, brown, blue, pink, something is wrong, man. When people are running for politics, we have to pay some attention. And we wait 5 years later, we find out that. And that was 20 years ago he did it. Anyhow, let me get off of that soapbox and let me wrap it up. Let me get into this thing. Nice radio. Oh my goodness, nice radio. Powerful radio station. And I'm telling you, I saw some pictures with the gentleman, Mr. Douglas De Freitas. Wow. What an honor. What an honor to see him being honored in New York City. Ben, you can't keep the comment out of this thing, man. You covered, yeah. Come on, we have to come back. We have to come back. We have to come back.
Well, Jimmy, thanks for the chance to comment. I will not go into any in-depth thing about the history and what's playing out in the election campaign and so on. Suffice it to say that.
And comrade, Nice Radio was live in New York last night, and today Nice Radio is live in Toronto, carrying this program. And what a wonderful thing. Nice Radio has been opening up the airways to Vincentians at home and abroad. And this is when you really know that Nice Radio are reaching out to the ordinary person. Thanks again, Doug. Thanks, Dougie. And thanks to all the Vinci liberators who have made it possible to recognize Mr. De Freitas for his contribution as he continued to do it. Comrade, there's so many things we could talk about this evening. I just want to touch up piece of who today, but there are a lot of people celebrating birthday. We couldn't get into that to wish all them happy birthday, but we just say happy birthday to all those who are celebrating today. As we wrap up this piece with Mr. Evans Barkley. in studio. We have so much people to talk to this evening in the studio, but we're wrapping it up now. We have Comrade Garraway. We're going to have to bring back Comrade Garraway next time to talk some more of the Canadian politics, because our election is due on the 24th of October, that's next month. And in the meantime, we also have in studio with us our special guest this evening, Mr. Evans Barkley Morgan, along with his beautiful wife here this evening. And they're from up in the area. Mr. Morgan is from originally out of Richmond Park, and his wife is from Calder. I have to make sure I say Calder, not Stubbs. and she's been essential. She has been doing some work before she get here, and since she gets here, she's been doing work. And we'll talk to her a little bit. Not today is not her day. Today is her husband day, but she's been doing a good job with him, so we have to give her a little bit of credit. Welcome back, and welcome on board again, Success Radio. Welcome, Nice Radio. Thank you very much to all the listeners for listening in. We are only here because you're dear. That's the only reason why we're here. Mr. Morgan, welcome back again, and talk to us. Anything that you want to tell the people out there? I know you care about education a lot. I know you've gone on as an early age, and I don't think nobody could beat that age to be a headmaster at 22, 23. I don't think Malcolm couldn't beat it, and if Malcolm couldn't beat it, nobody else could beat it. He came close, but he couldn't beat it. So we must ask you, and I know you're into education. You've gone on from St. Vincent, you get your master's in England. You went on to your doctorate, which is fantastic. You have not given up on education. I'm wondering if there's anything else, any more education you're going to do before you ready? Any more education you're going to do? You're going to go studying anymore?
No, I'll tell you.
You allow her to speak on that one? Okay. I learned that you still teach. You still teach Sunday school, sir.
Yeah, I would like to speak to the children, especially the children.
Yes, go ahead.
You know, I love children so very much. I have dealt with them. I taught them, and I've been with them several times. And I am very, very proud to know that an island in St. Vincent, which I love so very much, they have now 42 Seventh-day Adventist church. And what a wonderful thing it is to have your children with you. Don't let them smoke. Don't let them drink. Let them live a good and consistent Christian life. Let them love each other. Even though they the other may not love them, they must love them and give them an example. And by doing so, you will find they will emulate those who behave like those. And I hope and pray that they will live a good and consistent Christian life, and they will love each other. And I want them to be very close to be with God. I ask them to be in Jesus' name. Yes. This is for the children.
That's for the children.
Yes.
And a couple of adults, you could learn from that too. Some adults could learn from that too. But especially for the children. Let me thank you, and let me ask the wife to say something, because I have this feeling that you're going back into education. I don't know. You say must ask the wife, so I'm gonna.
Well, my husband has been a very devout Seventh-day Adventist, and in our church, up to this until now, he's now 93, and he's still teaching a Sabbath school class in the church, and he's still an active elder. So, myself also is an elder, and we both work together. We are very much involved in the church. We help also in the community. We visit the sick people. And, as I said, we are very actively involved in the church right now. He's enjoying his retirement. And as a matter of fact, we are both retired. So we're enjoying each other, we're enjoying our retirement, we're enjoying our families, we're enjoying our children. And, what more can we say? We serve a loving God. And, this is our wish and hope that we will continue to serve Him. And we encourage others to find God as their loving Savior.
What's the name of the Adventist church that you attend?
I attend Willowdale Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Wow, so special going out to the Willowdale Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Yes.
And if you're looking for an Adventist church to go to and you live in the area, that's in the Willowdale area, right?
Yes, it is in the Willowdale area.
And if you want to see Mr. Evans in person, which I think you should, you could attend that church and look out for him. You could even visit his Sabbath class on that morning. If you go early enough, you could go to his Sabbath class and that morning and meet the man in person. And I am going to take this opportunity to tell him thank you. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you, madam. But the listeners want to know exactly, what's your name? And we know you're Mrs. Morgan, but tell the people of Calder a little bit about you.
Okay, my name is Irene Angela Baptiste before I got married. So now I'm Irene Angela Morgan. And a little bit of myself. I was educated in England. I did my nursing. I'm a registered nurse and also a midwife. And I came back to St. Vincent in 1970. And I worked with the hospital in the maternity floor for about 3.5 years. And I was lucky enough while I was down there to meet Evans. and we got married.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history, yes.
and back then, this guy is a visionary, you know. Because even then, he needed a good nurse. And he surely picked a good nurse. And up to today, you're still at his side.
Yes.
Visionary, always go out and do things for the future.
Yeah, we're happily married and we enjoy traveling a lot, go on cruises. We've done about 19 cruises.
Are you saying to me you're finished with the cruises, or you're still doing the cruises?
We're still doing the cruises.
Almost all the island where we went.
Yes.
At 93, you're still cruising?
Alaska.
Yes.
Wow.
We went all the way to Alaska.
Wow. And that's beautiful. I mean, and you said you're enjoying your retirement. I think you really should enjoy your retirement.
Yes, I enjoy my retirement, and I'm hoping and pray that I will live a consistent Christian life, and I will look forward to the day when I'll meet my loving Savior, and I will say, Lord, this is my God I have been waiting for, and He will save me, and I will be there forever and ever.
I know you love your cricket, and before you go, you got to get a century. You got to get a century before you go. I hope you stick around and get that century. I want to be there to celebrate that century. So, 93, take your time, but you still got 7 more to go. You got to get to the century.
Yeah.
Yes, Jimmy, this is wonderful. I know I love Evan's final message especially as it's directed to our youth. I like that. I've been reading over and over again a book by Hugh Malzahn, Start to Stay By. In his final chapter, he directed his message at the youth. There's where our hope is. That's where our future strength is. And I'm very happy that Mr. Morgan is focused that way and sent this final message. I hope that some will heed, even in some small measure, will heed the advice that he is giving. I feel happy that Mr. Morgan, who is the son, so to speak, of indentured servants who have stepped up and has done wonderful work for St. Vincent and Grenadines, is still with us in Toronto. I feel happy that in St. Vincent and Grenadines, after 1861, when the first ship arrived, with 160 men and 62 women and 36 children, that today we can celebrate Indian Arrival Day and Indian Heritage Day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I recall, going up to Calder and celebrating with friends up there, certain Indian festivities, and those are part of our heritage that we have to be proud of, and all of us, Indian or otherwise, have to enjoy. I am most happy this day, and I give great thanks to be able to sit with this icon. Indeed, like you suggested, you commented on Jimmy earlier, we have some icons in our community who are not so well. I visited a few weeks ago with Sil McIntosh. We spent some time, a good discussion together. He's still doing, but interesting enough, everything for him ties back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, just like Evans. Recently we have sent home our dear friend Panis Vince Cato, and what a wonderful person he was. And so we continue to take care of our community and look for our friends, look for our veterans, look for our supporters and icons. Let us continue to do this. Let us commit ourselves to doing this. This should be a part of the challenge that the community must take up. Thank you.
I would say, Comrade, thanks very much. And the challenge is on. Cancardi Radio, along with the Canadian Content Show, will continue to reach out and do its best to reach. So if you're out there and you know of anyone who we could reach out to, any of our icon in our community, please let us know. We want to reach them. We want to thank them personally. Cancardi Radio is looking forward to that. And thanks to all Nice Radio and Success Radio who also share that view and will continue to reach out to our icons at home and abroad. We thank you very much. And oh my goodness, Vin, what would we do without a Monty? What would we do without a Monty? And Monty, not Monty Roberts, no, Monty Roberts is not you. Yeah, Mr. Cupid, sir. Thank you very much for all that you have done. And even when we think it's not possible, you make it possible. Even when we think it's not going to happen, you make it happen. Thank you very, very much. You are the heartbeat of Nice Radio, Cancardi Radio, and Success Radio. Continue to beat. And we thank all those who are listening out there today. Comrade, I don't know how to push this, how to say it, but I feel so happy. I normally don't get goosebump, but I'm telling you, normally I do my radio programs back and forth to left and right, and I don't get goosebump, but today I did. I had some nervous moments meeting, just to know that I'm coming in to meet with Mr. Morgan and able to talk to him, because from the time I heard what he have been doing, I was really excited about it. And I came in here, I mean, when I leave my house 1 o'clock to get here, and I normally leave my house like 3 o'clock to get here. I leave at 1 o'clock today because I wanted to make sure that I'm early, that I'm on the ball, that I don't have this gentleman waiting for me for no reason whatsoever. And I thank him. I was happy that he came, he delivered, and thank you very, very much, sir. And I'm saying it, I'm looking forward to that century. You could start and put the candles on. I'll buy a couple. But we're looking for that century to make sure that we're there. And Cancardi Radio. So, again, we'll continue the program. We'll continue to bring you good programming. And Cancardi Radio. Thank you very much, Mr. Morgan. Any final, what do you say your final word? My lady, did you have any final word to say to us? She's just being shy. Mrs. Patty's Morgan, out of stops. She looked at me in a funny way. Out of Calder. All right, I correct myself. Out of Calder. We'll continue here on Success and Cancardi Radio. My name is Jim, and we are doing the Canadian Content Program. Today is Sunday, the 22nd of September.
And give them our regards.
The 22nd of September, 2019. Yes, as we continue here, man. Thank you, Gene. And Gene has just made a presentation to Mr. Morgan.
Yeah.
In case you didn't see or you didn't hear, yes, he had made a presentation to Mr. Morgan for gracing the studios of Cancardi. Thank you. We continue with the music.
Django, give me some She's Royal pan the steel pan. Chorus for the big tune. Run it.
Before that, what you heard was from the man himself, Yellows. Yellow did the one before that. Yeah, we have love in our heart. Yes, Yellow's doing that one for you. And what an evening it was. What a crowded house, and what information that came out and Cancardi Radio. And you were listening to Canadian content. Thank you very much. Hope man, you can between the lines, man. There's a lot of information came out here and a lot of stuff. Thank you to Evans Morgan. Thank you. And we continue here in Cancardi Radio. Thank you, Malcolm Garraway. What information, and as we continue to bring you some serious, nice music. Let me remind you of some things coming up. Let me remind you of some stuff coming up. And one of those things that are coming up is the independent and abroad getting ourselves together in Toronto. And some of the things that happen in Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto are planning the independent in the dance. Ottawa is having theirs and the 26th. Montreal and Toronto are on the 2nd of November. But in Toronto, we have a flag raising ceremony happening on the 25th of October, and Thanksgiving church service on the 27th of October. Our independent gala is going to be on the 2nd of November, and the youth forum is on the 3rd of November. You could get more information on this if you go to www.vincitoronto.com. I'll give you some more information on the independent gala, which already tickets are out. Music will be by Sting and DJ Fusion. It's a 40-50. It's a 40 years of independent and 50 years of St. Vincent and Grenadines Association existence here in Toronto. And it's happening, the banquet is happening on November the 2nd at the Estate Banquet and Convention Center, 430, that's 430 Nugget Avenue, off Markham Road, north of Shepherd. The cocktail start at 6:30, the dinner is at 7:30. You got a chance to win an airline ticket if you come out. Yes, come out and be part of that. Tickets limited, early birds are out at $80, and if you want to come and pay more, it would be early birds are up until the 30th of September. After that, you're going to pay $85. The guest speaker is Ambassador Loan Gilchrist, SVG, non-residential High Commissioner to Canada. So it's a High Commissioner to Canada, a non-residential, Mrs. Gilchrist. She will be our guest speaker. And we are doing all this under the auspices of the Consul General Fitzgerald Huggins here in Toronto. So you're going to come out, get your ticket early, and be part of it. As we say, much has been accomplished, much more to achieve. Get your ticket early and come out. You could get ticket if you call me at 416-459-2462. That's Jim. Look out for a lot of other people having ticket. Hyroon Bakery already have their ticket. Hyroon Bakery could be get at 416-754-3854. That's 416-754-3854. Thanks, BB, for sponsoring. Thanks, BB. And you could still get in to do some sponsoring with the association on the Independent Dinner Dance and the 50th anniversary. You get in 2 for 1. Come out and be part of this whole thing. As we continue, man, she's royal. Yes, she's royal. This man is Django from a city called Panfire. say it too many times. She's royal. Remember, you're listening to Cancardi Radio on a Sunday evening. My name is Jim and I'm in there. Something at 6 o'clock like today we are doing that. Yes, you just heard from Django Panfire, the man playing one called She's Royal. To listen and to see this man perform is another story, a completely different story. As we move on this evening, we move on to Vinci. Proud to be a Vinci by the man himself. The man has left us not too long ago, but he leave us some serious music. The man is no other than Mr. Vin Cato. Thank you, Vin. Proud to be a Vinci. And that's what I heard this evening. Everybody.
Musicians and also politicians. So where you rather be? Where you rather be? We have musicians and also politicians. So where you rather be? Where you rather be? Where you rather be? I'm proud to be a Vinci. Where you rather be? Where you rather be? Where you rather be? I'm proud to be a Vinci. Saint Vincent, the greatest land of all. Saint Vincent, we hope you never fall. Saint Vincent, the greatest land of all. Saint Vincent, we hope you never fall. Saint Vincent, what we got to offer is much, much more than that. We have love in abundance, sunset for good romance, sweet, sexy woman, from the Grenadines to the mainland. Sweet, sweet, Saint Vincent, and the Grenadines, you're sweet, sweet, yes, you're sweet, sweet, sweet Saint Vincent. And the Grenadines, you're sweet, sweet, yes, you're sweet. West of Barbados, south of St. Lucia, north of Grenada, right there in the center. Sweet, sweet St. Vincent. And the Grenadines, you're sweet, sweet, yes, you're so sweet.
Yes, come down for vacation. Let's take a pause, man. Oh my God, sweet, sweet SVG. That's the man himself, the Storm. Storm is from the Maracaibo Valley, and he's doing that one, sweet SVG. And we take a pause because I'm telling you, man, so many things are happening. Let me just remind you that Independence is coming up, and some
and to Vincentian, home and abroad. Big up yourself.
Service coming up, Thanksgiving church service. Look out for that one. But in the meantime, you gotta get your ticket early. And that's the 40 years of independence, 50 years of St. Vincent and Grenadines Association in Toronto. And that's coming up on the 2nd of November at the East.
What we got to offer is much, much more than that. We have love in abundance, sunset for good romance,
Nugget Avenue, off Markham Road, north of Shepherd. Cocktail start at 6:30, dinner start at 7:30. early and be part of this. There's a lot of things going to be happening here. It's going to be one for the record books. It's a special happening under the Consul General, under the auspices of the Consul General. Our guest speaker will be Ambassador Luan Gilchrist, St. Vincent Non-Residential High Commission to Canada. She will be the guest speaker. And $80 get you the early bird up until the 30th of September. And after that, you would have to come in with $85. Please get your ticket early and be part of this whole program as we prepare for our independence celebration. Meeting is happening this end of the month, so we will be part of it. Let me take this time once again to thank Nice Radio very much for being a part of this program this evening, and thanks Mr. Evans, Barkley, Morgan, the man out of Eastern Park, and his wife, and Malcolm Garraway. Thank you, Success Radio, for being a part of this evening's program. You guys have been an inspiration to making Cancardi Radio what it is up to this point. Your contribution is very much appreciated. Monkey, thank you very much. Thank you, Dougie. Thanks to all the listeners. And we're going to leave you with this one from the man Storm. I'm going to take it back from the top because I'm telling you, we all, wherever we may go, as Mr. Morgan expressed, we have one weakness in us, and that place is called SBG.
Thank you very much. Coming to you live from Cancardi Radio. The time is 6:31 and you're in tune to Nice Radio 90.3, 96.7 and 101.3 on your FM dial. Shortly, I'll be giving you the latest on Tropical Storm Karen. We are under tropical storm warning, and it remains in effect for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So shortly, I'm going to give you the latest bulletin on Tropical Storm Karen. Stay tuned.
Today, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Tomorrow, the Caribbean. Nice Radio, 90.3, 101.3, 96.7 FM.